Matter of fact, give me Job 1 and 1 and 6. Go. Son trying to take it away. And he got rid of it.
This is the book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 6. And it reads, "Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. And
who was there to present themselves?
The sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord.
And who else was there?
And Satan came also among them."
I thought Satan was kicked out of the kingdom. I thought he couldn't be up there.
No. "And Satan came also among them.
Right. Keep going.
And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it."
Right. So, if Satan was kicked out of the kingdom, right? If the Most High God and Satan had a fight, why is Satan up there asking God what's going on? He's presenting himself, meaning that the Lord, he has to, when you present yourself, that means you got to go to them and say, hey, this is what's going on down here. This is what's going on my end. He got the, what's that word I'm looking for? He got to check in with the Most High every day, right? Go ahead. Keep going.
It reads in verse 7, "And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it." Verse 8, "And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job?"
The Lord is telling him, have you considered my servant Job, right? He's like, hey, you going to and fro, okay, all right, I see you down there, you doing your thing, but have you considered my servant Job, right? The Lord trusts his servant Job, and he asked Satan, hey, have you tried him? Because I know I got him, right? But I'm gonna send you to him, right? You still got to follow me.
It reads, "Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man?"
I thought nobody can be perfect. Wow, this alone has killed Satan being kicked out of the kingdom. A man cannot be perfect. So that does. So is this book? Is this book lying? Is the Most High lying? Go ahead, King.
It reads that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil.
He escheweth evil. He feareth God. But drop down to verse 12.
Verse 12. "And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord."
And he did that, right? Can you step back with a cigarette, man? I can't take the smoke. And that's what he did. The Most High told him, he said, hey, I tell you what, take all that he got, but don't put your hand on him, right? You can do anything you want to him, but don't touch him. Right. So if Satan was so big and bad and was against the Most High, why didn't he do what he wanted to do? He had to be obedient, right? He had to listen to the Most High, right? Because the Most High created Satan to do the evil works. He created his other angels to do the good works, right? Go down to go to 2 and 1. Matter of fact, go to 2 and 5.
Book of Job, chapter 2 and verse 5. And it reads, "But put forth thine hand now, and touch his bone."
Matter of fact, go back to 1.
God. Job, chapter 2 and verse 1. "Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves."
Did that word say again?
Again. "Came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among."
Satan came again, right? Again. So he done came in the kingdom twice.
He coming a lot of times.
Right?
Go ahead. "And Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord."
Present himself again. Drop down to 5.
Verse 5. "But put forth thine hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life. So went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord, and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of the foot unto his crown."
I missed one. It said, well, but don't kill him. But don't. Yeah, you read the 6. Okay, Kyle. But yeah, so, hey, again, he's there to present himself, right? This time, he said, you got the ability to touch him, but save his life. Now you can touch him, but you can't kill him. What's going on, family? How you doing? You like the Hawks? You read the Bible? You got a couple minutes on your time?
5 minutes, huh? 5 minutes, King.
Just,
5 minutes, King.
let me get... Huh? Catch you on the way back? You gonna come back? All right, now, a man word is born now. All right, I got you. How you doing, sis?
How you doing, sister?
You got 1 minute to hear the word of God? Okay.
Stay safe, sis.
Stay safe, sis. Right? Jake be fibbing, boy. Be fibbing his behind. Hey, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna spin the block.
Let me see that man again.
No, we ain't gonna see him no more. We gonna see that Hawk jersey though, but we ain't gonna see him no more. Let me get on. What I want? Give me Psalms on 115 and 3.
Oh, praises.
You got it?
The book of Psalms, chapter 115 and verse 3. But our God is in the heavens. He hath done whatsoever he hath pleased.
He does whatever so he pleases, right? Like we said before, he does according to his will. So he's gonna do what he's gonna do. There's no stopping it, right? So for all the ones that think that hey he doesn't do any evil, we just showed you that hey he gives Satan the orders of what to do, right? Matter of fact, let's go to 1 Kings 22 and 21. Matter of fact, you can start at 19.
That's the one. The book of 1 Kings, chapter 22 and verse 19. And it reads, and he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him.
All the who?
All the hosts of heaven standing by him.
All the good angels and all the bad angels.
On the right hand and on his left. And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab?
Now he's asking these angels, who shall persuade him? Right? Go ahead.
That he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead. And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord.
A spirit came and stood before the Lord. One of the angels stepped up and said, I got this.
God, he said, hey, yeah, it's like they're having a meeting, man. It says, and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, and he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit.
Be what?
A lying spirit.
This is an angel telling the Lord that, hey, I'll go forth. I'll persuade him. I'll be a lying spirit. Right? And what did the Most High say?
In the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so.
The Lord told him to go and do it. Right? So it's hard to understand and be like, hey, every time something bad happens, oh, it's Satan. That's Satan. He busy. Y'all forget. Satan worked for the Most High. Who do you think created Satan? The Most High. So he's giving him orders, and guess what? He gotta follow, right? Just for the ones that don't think, that's true. Give me what's it called? What scripture I want? Let me see which one I'm gonna pull out. Which one you got? You got a precept?
You're not gonna make something that's greater than him.
Right.
That's all.
Matter of fact, give me Isaiah 45, what is it? 45 and 7. Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
The what?
I make peace and create evil.
This is the Most High talking. He make peace and he create evil. Right? Keep going, King.
I, the Lord, do all these things.
I, the Lord, do all these things. Right? He's telling you, I make peace and I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So it's not just Satan that's attacking y'all. This is the Most High. He's sending Satan on your way. So quit blaming Satan. This the Most High. It's the Lord. Right? Give me which one I want? Proverbs 16:4.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 4. And it reads, the Lord has made all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Even what?
Even the wicked for the day of evil.
He even made the wicked for the day of evil. So, hey, the day of destruction, hey, guess what? He gonna send those evil, wicked demons out here to make y'all scared, run around and crazy. But that same day, he gonna send his son to crack the sky and destroy it. So he gonna send good and evil on that same day. Damn. That's pretty tough. Matter of fact, hey, let's go to Exodus 4 and 11. Start at 10.
The book of Exodus, chapter 4 and verse 10.
How you doing, King? You got
What's
5
going on,
minutes?
King? You got a minute to hear the word?
5 minutes. Trying to work, my brothers. King.
We working too. We trying to help you out. All right.
Trying to get this paper. Jake want to get that paper, man. Jake want to chase
you
the
don't.
bag.
He want to get the paper, but he don't want to get the word, man. This word is better than the paper.
Hey, man, we got the paper right here, man.
Right. Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9. It reads, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. The Lord knows that you got to go to work. You think the Lord going to send out his prophets, men with the Bible, and the Lord not going to provide for you? No, the Lord is trying to make you spiritual rich and trying to, have us come out of the ways of America, and not be so concerned with earning green paper, man. Something that's vanity at the end of the day.
Very vanity. Because we fall in that paper and we forget whose face is on that green dollar. It ain't us. Every dollar bill is the white man's face on it. So we working hard to get the white man's dollar, and guess what you're doing? You paying taxes. You giving it right back to them. You paying your house note, your car note. You're going out to eat at restaurants. You giving it right back to them. It's modern day slavery, and y'all don't even see it. Our people don't even see it. We still working for free. Even if you try to put it in the bank, guess who own the bank? There's no way you could go where this white man cannot touch your money. And he about to take it away. Bring it out.
This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Yea, eat, but ye have not enough. Yea, drink, but ye are not filled with drink. God. Yea, clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes.
You earning wages to put it in a bag with holes. This is you really living check to check, right? Hey, I done made this money. I got paid. Now I got to pay my car note. Now I got to pay my light bill. Now I got to pay for daycare. We got a phosphate breaking out a precept on the side over here. Go ahead, King. But yeah, go ahead, King. Bring it out.
Book of Matthew, chapter 6, and verse 25. And it reads, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, for what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body more than raiment? Come on, verse 26. Behold, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they?
Hey, the Most High is telling you, if you got faith in me, if you believe in me, hey, quit worrying about, hey, you got to go to these heathens and make your money. Even though he know we in captivity. So you think by you not following him, you think that's going to tell, you think that's not going to make him really look out for you? Right? He's going to look out for you. He's going to take care of you because you showing that you love him. By showing him that you love him is keeping his commandments and having the faith. That's just like your parents. Your parents love you to death. You keep showing them they love you, and guess what they're going to do? Hey, you know what? You know that thing, that little Tonka truck you say you want it? I'm going to go ahead and get it for you. I'm going to take care of it for you. But if you show your parents you don't love them, what they do? Hey, you got to go. You can't stay in this house no more. Right? Let's get on Deuteronomy 32 and 39.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, and verse number 39. And it reads, Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me.
There's what?
No God with me.
Right? He's by himself, right? No God with him. What's going on, fam? Y'all believe in the Bible? You don't? Why not? You don't have an answer for that, so you just don't believe it? How you doing, man? You got a minute to hear the word? Guess not. Go ahead. Finish. Hold on. Let me see you, these brothers. What's going on, brothers? Y'all got a minute to hear the word? Okay. Go ahead.
It reads, I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal.
He what?
I wound and I heal.
He wound and he heal, right? Go ahead.
Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
None that can deliver out his hand. So whatever he put on you, like I said, hey, you can't come out of it. He don't put it on you, right? He wound and he healed. What he did to Job, right? What's going on, brother? You got a minute to hear the word? Yeah, give us 1 minute.
We don't bite.
5
Yeah.
minutes, okay?
I tell you what, you believe you read the Bible? You believe in the Bible? All right, have you heard about who Moses freed out of Egypt? You don't remember those people that he freed out of Egypt? Those people that he freed out of Egypt that was under Pharaoh, those was the Israelites, right? So after he freed them, you remember when they went across the river Jordan, or the Red Sea, and the water raised up, and he brought them across? All right, so Pharaoh's army had chased them, right? But he dropped the water down, and it destroyed all their army. So the only people on that side of the river, Deuteronomy 1 and 1, the only people on that side of the river are the Israelites, right? And we're going to show you that in the Bible.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse number 1.
Bring it out.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
All right, so the Lord told Moses to go free the Israelites, right? So Israel is the audience, right? So the Lord is saying to speak to all Israel, right? Let's read again.
It reads, these be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
All Israel, nobody else, right? We in Deuteronomy 1 and 1. This is the same book. Go to 76, right? This is Moses still talking to these same people, right?
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
The word holy means separate. And I have put you apart from everybody else, right?
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
He put us above all people upon the face of the earth. The world today is telling you that we all equal, but we're not. If we was all equal, why we ain't got the same thing they got, right? But it was something that happened that put us on the flip side, right? Go to 2081, Deuteronomy 2081. So he told us, hey, we above all people. He was telling the children of Israel that on this side of the river, right? Hey, y'all above all people, right? Y'all a chosen nation. Y'all are mine, right? So what he wanted to do, he gave them orders to follow, right? And if they would have followed them, this is this is on this side right here, on the good side.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. Right. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently,
if we will listen to him, right, diligently,
unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
He would set us above all nations on the earth if we would have obeyed him, right? All we had to do was follow what he said. But there's a flip side to it. Deuteronomy 20 and 15. We didn't follow what he said do, right? So something happened. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken,
not listen,
unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
You hear that word curses? That's a good thing or a bad thing? Huh? All right. Hey, well, you be careful out here, man. You a Hebrew Israelite, not a black American, not a African American. The Lord called us not African. The Lord called us Hebrew Israelites. You welcome, brother. Lord willing. Lord willing. You know. Where we was at, King? Let me get Proverbs 16 and we already did though, right?
We did it, man.
Go ahead, read it again.
Scripture's so nice, you bring it out twice. I like it. Proverbs 16.
No, let's go to Exodus 4 and 10.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 4, and verse number 10.
Bring it out.
And it reads, And Moses said unto the Lord, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am of a slow speech and of a slow tongue.
Hey, Moses said he wasn't even qualified for me to bring this word out to you, right? Lord, you can't use me. I'm slow of speech and whatnot. I can't do this, right? Keep going, King. Verse 11. You got the precept?
Yeah. I get it.
Read 11.
Okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 4 and 11. It says, And the Lord said unto him,
What the Lord say?
Who hath made man's mouth?
Who has made man's mouth, right?
Or who maketh the dumb or deaf or the seeing or the blind? Have not I the Lord?
And the Lord telling you right off the rip, hey, who has made man's mouth? Who has made man dumb? Who has made man to see? Who has made man blind? Right? So how dare you come to me and tell me you're not qualified when I'm the one that created you? See? What's going on, family? Y'all got a minute to hear the word of God? Okay. Go ahead, bring out the precept.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1 and verse 4. It reads, Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
He ordained you to be a prophet already. So Moses saying, hey, I ain't fit for this. Just like with me and you. Hey, I'm not fit for this. But he said, hey, who ordained y'all? Before you even came into the womb. Hey, I already ordained y'all. So you're going to go out there and teach my word, whether you like it or not. Right? Like we said, once he put your hand on it, once he put your hand on you, there's nothing you can do about it. How many times Yahweh Shah prayed that, hey, to remove this cup? But did he remove it? He didn't. Right? So what he got set for you, hey, you're going to do it. And you might not want to, but you're going to do it. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 6. Then said I, Lord God, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. But the Lord said unto me, Say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak.
What's going on, family? I got a minute to hear the word.
Man, it's up, 1 minute.
Just 1 minute.
5 minutes, King. 5 minutes.
What's your nationality?
What's your nationality? What's your race? Damn. They start making eye contact.
Turn away the show.
Stop looking at them. Stop looking at them. They might not listen. What's going on, family? Y'all got a minute to hear the word?
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
1 minute.
5 minutes, family. 5 minutes. All praise. Come on, sister.
Oh,
Come
see
on,
that?
sister.
What's going on, family? Y'all got a minute to hear the word?
Believe in the Bible?
All right.
Can you take a flyer, King?
You got the flyer?
Time.
It's in my backpack.
Hey, what we out here doing is showing our people who we are according to the Bible. We know we've been called black, African American, but that's not what the Lord called us. He called us the Israelites. We are God's chosen people. We the lost sheep that's out here. Matter of fact, get Matthew 5, 15 and 24.
Fire.
That brother putting in the work.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15, and verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
This is the Lord saying he's only sent to the lost sheep of Israel, right? Give me Jeremiah 15:6, right? So if anybody is lost, that would be us. We don't know where we came from. They say we came from Africa, but what part of Africa we came from? Where we originate from? Where our seed came from? Why? Look at your last name. If I came from Africa, why I ain't got an African last name? Right? When we came over here on slave ships, we lost all our history.
That's
right?
right. That's right.
Go ahead and read what you got, kid.
Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 6. Slide. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 6. And it reads, Jeremiah 50 and 6. It reads, my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place.
We have forgotten our resting place. The Lord called us his people, right? There's plenty of scriptures in here. He's saying, my people, my people. Just like he told Moses, hey, tell Pharaoh to let my people go, right?
That's right.
He's talking to a Pacific, there you go, I said it did. Pacific people on the earth. That's us, the Israelites, right? We are his people. He's not saying go to everybody, right? So what we're showing you is that who you are according to the Bible, that you're a Hebrew Israelite, and the Bible can show it and prove it to you, right?
Wake them up, King.
Let's go to Deuteronomy. Go to Deuteronomy 15, Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Let's go ahead and bring out the curse.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now, is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? Right. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think you will be cursed? Not really? So when you wake up and go drive around and whatnot, when the police get behind you, you have no worries? Okay. All right. So do you think you're in captivity? Look at your dollar bills and see what man faces on there. Right? Every time you get paid, right, you give he take his certain percentage out of it right off the rip, right? Right? And on top of that, at the end of the year, he's taking another chunk of all it, right? Every now and then he may give you a little bit of change, right? But sometimes you got to pay him back. He owns everything. Every street is named pretty much after him. He'll give us a couple of names like Martin Luther King Drive, but where is that? In the worst part of the city, right?
That's right.
Right? So go ahead and bring out verse 16.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Now, we cursed in the city. When you look in the lowest parts of the city, the ghettos, the slums, who's there? In the field, even in your work field, right? You do all the work, but guess who sit back and kick back on with their feet in the air? The so-called white people, right? They got us doing all the work, and they just chilling. I mean, they do a little bit of work, but it ain't as much as we do, because they'll even send us to be a supervisor to help supervise our own people and tell them, hey, you got to go. They'll tell us to do that instead of them, right? And it said curse in the field, right? Who you know that was in the cotton field? The sugarcane field, right? Do you know how much money they made off of us in the cotton field?
Wake up,
Over $7 trillion.
Now
we're looking for that money back, right? Because we the one did the work to get it. But
That's
guess
right.
what? We ain't getting it. They got a $7 trillion head start over us.
That's
Right? That's why when we always say that white privilege, that's because of why. They made all the money right off the rip off of us, right? Right? Drop down to matter of fact, I'll tell you this. Drop down to 48.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
We're gonna serve our enemies that the Lord gonna send against us, right? Because we were disobedient, we wasn't following God's commandments, right? Keep going.
In hunger.
In hunger, just like I said. Any place you go and want to go to somewhere and eat, guess who own it? Even if we own it, we still got to pay them. They got to give us the business loan. We still got to pay the taxes to them.
That's right.
Right? So even in whatever restaurant you go to, the white man owns it, right?
That's right.
Keep going.
And in thirst.
and thirst, right? The bottle of water that you bring and drink and bring home, right? They got what is it? Dos Equis, what is it?
Dasani.
Damn, I said Dos Equis. Dasani and whatnot. They take that water, right? Put it in a bottle and charge you $2.99 to pay for that bottle of water, right?
right,
It rain almost every other day.
Right.
Why you can't store water in your at your house, right? They
Right.
said that's illegal. But how you charging me for something that's supposed to be free? That's
right.
water, right? Keep going, King.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness, the clothes that's on your back, right? We don't own any textile mills. We
That's
can't make the
right.
clothes, even though we print our name on it. But guess what? It's still theirs. They
That's right.
they the one sold the shirts together. They the one got the machines. They the one got the threading and all that, right?
That's right.
Keep going, King.
And in what of all things?
In want of all things, everything you want, you got to go to them.
That's right.
If you want a house, you got to go to them. You want a car, you got to go to them. If you want your driver's license, you got to go to them. You want a job, you got to go to them. And then on top of that, they tell you how much they gonna pay you, right? You worth more than what they trying to pay you. They tell no, you gonna do this for $15 an hour.
Right.
No, I'm not doing that for $15 an hour. But hey, for the people who's struggling, hey, they'll accept it. But I guarantee it's not one thing you can name that you cannot go to the white man for.
That's right. Wake up,
And the Lord said he's going to send what he called enemies to us, and we're going to serve them because we were disobedient. He was like, y'all didn't want to serve me, so I'm going to make y'all serve y'all enemies. And these same people that we serve, they don't like us. If they did, why every time we get a shooting in the street with a white cop shooting us down? Has that happened to any other nation of people?
That's right.
How you doing, sis? Have that happened to any other nation? Can you say that the white man is going around shooting the Chinese man down? Is he shooting is he shooting his own down? No, it's always us. We have always been on the bottom. They don't like us. They're gonna portray like they do. They're gonna give us little peanuts, but they don't, right? Now I'm gonna ask you a question. How do we get over here in this land? By slave ships, right? That's what they say? Well, let's see what the Bible says.
Bring it out,
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Back in Egypt again, right? This is talking about spiritual Egypt because the Israelites was under slavery in Egypt under Pharaoh, right? Matter of fact, he about to show you, right?
Exodus. It's in Exodus. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse, I'm going to start at verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. It's talking about the nation of Israel. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage and mortar and in brick. So we built up Egypt, right? And in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor, right? Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Back into slavery again, right? Spiritual slavery. Not, well, it's still kind of physical, but it's spiritually now, right?
Again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
How did we get over here?
With ships.
Right?
By the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
We won't see our homeland again. That's why we have forgotten where we came from. We don't know where we came from. He said we won't see it again. Only time we gonna see it again is when he come back and get us and he break us back. Right?
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
When we get off them slave ships, we gonna be sold as bondmen, slave man, and bondwomen, slave women. No man should be able to buy us, right? Meaning that no man is going to be able to redeem us.
Right, Martin
no
Luther
man.
King.
Martin Luther King tried, he couldn't do it. Marcus Garvey tried, he couldn't do it.
That's right.
Malcolm X tried, he couldn't do
That's
it.
right.
That's the Lord's job. He's going to come
right.
and bring us out of this captivity, right? So by that, just giving you these little simple curses, who do you think you are today?